to see my face. Like, where's the intro video? Where's the intro video? No intro video today. I will explain that in a bit. Oh, we have just gone live while people are coming in. So, all right, we'll begin. Good day, Internet. Feels so good to say that. And welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Words, and I am Advocate of Words without a laptop. Oh, so much drama behind the scenes. But I am so happy to be here. We still got people piling in. Today, we are going to have Chris Lopez be the wizard behind the curtain. He is going to help produce while my laptop is in the shop. But it is okay because the meat and potatoes of the Monday Night Online Open Mic are our poets, and we have a fantastic lineup, a lot of mainstays, and I have some very important information to share with you about the 1 year anniversary of the Monday Night Online Open Mic. It is on April 5th. And the big news is this is like a gift to me and a gift to you. I will tell you in about an hour and 15 minutes. About 9:15 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to tell you, so make sure you stick around. In the meantime, I would like to thank the National Endowment of the Arts, the Amazon Literary Partnership, the New York City Cultural Affairs, New York State Council on the Arts, and the New York State Council on the Arts, and the New York Community Trust for funding our online events, including this Monday Night Online Open Mic. You too can help support us with a tax-deductible donation. You could go to nuyeurekan.org/contribute or to our Cash App, New Eurekan Poets Cafe. So we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to see this show after it's done, that is where the recordings will be on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure that you go follow us, New Eurekan Poets Cafe. And of course, you can follow me on the social medias at Advocate of Words. That's all one word when you look me up. And when you spell words, it's what is the, poetic license and all that. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook or YouTube and you want to join us on Zoom, feel free to do so. The number is 279-995-364. I will repeat it later on in the night, 279-995-364. And the special news I'm going to share with you also includes our producer tonight, Chris Lopez. But again, I'm going to wait till 9:15 to that. So because I am using my phone, I'm going to say the open mic list out loud now that people are trickling in. So Elizabeth Strauss, D.G. Clearin, Nick Paleologos, Alexander Goldberg, Abraham Kamani, Mr. Tessosomo, The Withdrawn, Marissa Prada, Elemental, Michael Sindler, Sam Park, Jeff Cottrell, Mr. Speaker, Gigi, Unmesh Mohitkar, Andy Markert, the Urban Cowboy Poet, Paul Conqueso, Jada Crosby, Joshua Kernia, Paul Skiff, Generalissimo, Catherine Bedan, Mary Blenderman, and Lopi LaRoe. That is our guaranteed list. And our waiting list, which we always like to get to, and I work hard to get to, is Ron Mark Thompson, Sarah Goldberg, Deanne Hill, Ed Foreman, Kai Brackens, Diane Ward, and Poetic Desire. Okay, I believe that I have taken care of all the business and that we can get to our first person on the list. So while we unmute Elizabeth Strauss, D.G. Clearin, Nick Paleologos, and Alexander Goldberg, you are on deck. So, do we have Elizabeth Strauss here?
Hey, I can't believe I'm first. That's a treat.
Hey, it's good to see you, Beanie sibling. I'm sorry I'm disappointing you, no Beanie.
No, it's all good. I got my new beanie. Did you say Andy's name? I didn't catch if you said his name or not.
Andy Markert?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, he's on.
He's on what number is he? He's not on yet, but he was asking.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay. I'm just letting him know. Thank you.
Oh, you're friends with Andy. Andy's good people. Y'all better stick around to listen to Andy too. Okay, Elizabeth, let the people know where they can find you online and then get into your poem.
You guys can find me on Instagram, ES_Strauss, and I'll drop it in the chat. when I'm finished with my poem. I didn't know what the theme was till today, so this is fresh shit. It's called Loaded Phrases. Also, I have a bit of a sinus infection, so I'm not feeling 100%. Settling debts, a very loaded phrase in my opinion. When will we not have to settle debts? Will a day ever go by you do not have something marked on your calendar? I hope in my lifetime to never see an empty day on mine, to never have sticky notes all over my desk. Financially, of course, I wish I did not have old college loans. One day that will happen. More land to be sold and musings to be written. Or even with old lovers, sometimes the tension can never go away, as love is the most powerful and intense feeling. Fear, settling debts, that is simply just life. One life lesson a minute. Just how the world turns. Will we ever be able to fully love, show appreciation 24/7? Absolutely not. But we can try our hardest to improve on our own and each other's quality of life to make this crazy place livable. Thank you.
Let's get everyone unmuted and give it up for Deadpan Lizzie, aka Elizabeth Strauss.
Let's go, Lizzie. Let's go. Way to set it off.
Good read.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Feel better.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I
And
wish I
nice
did.
There we go. Elizabeth Strauss, awesome Deadpan Lizzie. I love her. I love her. Like I said, like she may have that deadpan tone, but like her words are so much full of life. Make sure you look her up, Elizabeth Strauss. Also, I did forget to mention part of that. We do themes every week, and today, the Ides of March, the theme is settling debts. Now, no matter what the theme is, as I always promote, you have poetic license. You can flip it however you want. You never have to give a disclaimer. Or if you're just not feeling the theme or you've got something else you feel like you really need to share, you can. So while we unmute DG Clearing, Nick Paleologos, Alexander Goldberg, and Abraham Kamani are on deck right now. Let's get to DG Clearing. My wingman.
Advocate of words, so nice to see you. You must be carrying a pretty big debt that you have not settled, not having your laptop. So you can find me at DG Clearing anywhere on the net. So this is what we carry. What we carry. Where do I even start? What is owed is so great. It goes back generations. My mother bore the weight. Her grandfather and his before that carried the burden. Now it is mine, and my children will inherit it from me. Can time forgive what we carry? Sacrifices have been made to appease the obligation. In generations of the past, it was paid by the blood of my ancestors. The firstborn was sacrificed at birth. Later, it became the goat, slain on the altar, its essence drank, the heart eaten as it pulsed. Then there were the bushels of grains and the fruits of our labor, left at the altar that raised above where we knelt. Soon after came the masters, who said the givings of gold and silver were not for them. They were for something higher, something divine, unseen, and worshipped. They spun their clothes with the threads of silver, gold, and silk, built towers and castles, then forced us to kneel and pray to them in front of the pulpit of hope. The tax they collected leaves us little as we sacrifice and starve because the debt we owe, the cost of being born, the cost of carnal knowledge, the cost of thoughts, the cost of our sins, the cost of our being. How do we cast aside the beliefs of our ancestors? Oh, how do we bring down the pulpits and the towers in the sky? Oh, how do we rid the burden of their guilt? Is this the only way to settle my debt? To die? Thank you.
Let's get everyone unmuted and give it up for DJ
That
Clear.
was dope, DG.
Let's go,
That was
DG.
dope.
Let's
I
go.
like
Let's
that.
go. Let's go.
I enjoy hearing your pieces all day, every day, man.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thanks. I look forward to hearing everybody tonight. Thank you for being here. Be safe.
That was like theater. Loved it, loved it. DG Clearing. Appreciate having you on, brother. Now, the show, the anniversary show we're having on April 5th. I am reserving 15 slots for poets. Those who have signed up the most. DG Clearing is up there in the running. I'm not saying he's in yet, but the numbers are high on that. All right. I've done 30 of the 50 shows. I've still got another 20 shows to go. All right. While we're unmuting, Nick Paleologos, Alexander Goldberg, Abraham Kamani, and Mr. Tessasomo are on deck. So let's get Nick Paleologos on. There he is. I see him, but he's still muted. And his gorgeous background and his gorgeous beard. There we go. There we go. Nick, let the people know where they can find you online. And then let's hear your poetry, brother.
You could find the fearless cult leader at the real Nick P on IG. That's TheRealNickP. This one's called I'm Taking You to Church. Welcome to the Church of Poeminality. We accept everyone unless you are an oppressor or you have any of these diseases, but not limited to xenophobia, racism, homophobia, and any other hatred of our human race. We have services available to rehab those behaviors. If you or any members are inflicting any harm, you will be booted out faster than Des Bryant throwing up the X after a touchdown. We don't do communion here. Community is enough. The matrimony is to our poetry. Our columns have poetry all over them. Our scriptures are poetry slams. Our hymns are free verses. Our windows are stained glass of poets of the past and present. Our scaffolding states, you are worth it. Confessions, our confessions are our work. It's all we need. The debts to be paid are $10 per month and to yourself. You do owe yourself love and to properly tell your story. If you cannot pay, we'll work with you. Anyone can attend the Church of Poeminality. Just be brave, be vulnerable, do not be hateful, and more importantly, be yourself. We look forward to having you here. And if you are new here, then we will all say, I'm taking you to church. And peace.
Let's get everyone unmuted and give it up for Nick Paleologos, our fearless cult leader.
Pastor Nick.
Yeah. Take him to church. Go ahead, Nick. Take him to church, homie.
I'm going to that church any day.
And the church.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone.
That was some scriptures right there, boy.
There we go, Nick Paleologos, another man who has signed up quite a bit. I've been going through the numbers quite a bit. Also, as I said earlier, at 9:15 p.m. Eastern, around that time, I got some really, really special news about the anniversary show, which is on April 5th. We do this every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to join us on Zoom, the number is 279-995-364, 279-995-364. Shout out to La Bruja for holding it down last week. Also, I've heard about the problems with the sign up. This week, I know everything was on track. We're going to make sure that moving forward, there aren't going to be any more of those problems. I mean, man, the tech gods are really after the Monday night online open mic. My laptop, people trying to sign up. Like, we try to do a good thing, tech gods. What are you doing to us? All right. While we're unmuting Alexander Goldberg, Abraham Kamani, Mr. Tessasomo, and the withdrawn is on deck. The Goldberg. Alexander Goldberg, brother, let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your poem.
Find me online. I'm going 15 on Twitter, Alexander Goldberg 35 on Facebook, and Gorbensky on IG. So this is called Unpayable Debt. Although no money could relieve families' misery, the city settled its one outstanding debt. It was the largest compensation in our history that was awarded in the case of wrongful death. The compensation totaled $27 million. That's how much money George Floyd's family is receiving. And part of that amount will go into creation of the much needed charitable foundation. The foundation will help people who reside in the same neighborhood where poor George Floyd has died. Although we cannot bring him back and see his face, we must continue working tirelessly together so we can try to change our country for the better, so we can try to make our world a safer place. He died in May of last year during the detention. The knee was on his neck, an officer has pressed. As a result, George Floyd died of asphyxiation. The country was engulfed in protest and unrest. Jury selection for the trial is underway. The former officer is on trial for manslaughter. The family is feeling satisfied this day. The tragic part of seeking justice now is over. The settlement of death and conflict is historic. It's not because of record paid millions of dollars, but it's because of impact of one person's death on the police reform. And plus, not only that, social reform is something that has also happened. But we can't stop. There is a lot more debts to settle. Thank you.
Let's unmute everyone and give it up for Alexander Goldberg.
Go, Goldberg. Let's go. Let's go.
I was just thinking about that this morning too.
To be said, that debt will never be settled.
No, sure as hell won't.
Alexander Goldberg, you see, poetic license. Flip it however you want. And Alexander took it from a different route than you would think, like, yo, paying bills, settling debt. Like, he flipped it like that. Poetic license. I love it. Alexander Goldberg, another mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Man, it's been 2 weeks since I've seen y'all. I really missed y'all. I haven't even been able to creep in on the Thursday Night Online Open Mic to see what y'all doing. It's been crazy. Oh, speaking of which, Thursday night, we also host the open mic, and that is with La Bruja. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern. They do singing over there, poetry, comedy, hip hop, theater, like whatever it is you can do on Zoom and dance, you can, of course, within taste, right? Keep your clothes on and stuff, all right? This is not a burlesque. But other than that, you could do whatever you want, and La Bruja is a fantastic host. So make sure you check it out Thursday at 9 p.m. While we are unmuting Abraham Kamani, Mr. Tessasomo, The Withdrawn, and Marissa Prada, you are on deck for right now, Abraham Kamani.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
There we go. Folks, he is more than pretty green eyes, and he is more than a fantastic beard, okay? Like, we gotta get that somewhere into the poem, too. He is deeper than that. So, Abraham, let the people know where they can find you, and then let's hear your work, brother.
So you can find me on Instagram at Poetically Incorrect 562. You can also find me on Facebook at Poetically Incorrect, although I use Instagram more than I use Facebook. So I got some haikus and a piece for you guys in a span of about 3.5 minutes. And it deals more with the issue of settling scores than settling debts. So anyways, multiply revenge. Negative times negative is not positive. Number 2, it takes a big dick to have humble orgasms while fucking revenge. Number 3, uplift your wisdom when getting even with fools. Don't lower yourself. Number 4, a winner's revenge left losers choking on words, swallowing defeat. Number 5, leave revenge alone. It belongs to me, says God. justice will be served. Number 6, payback is a bitch. Writing checks her ass can't cash. Counterfeiting bills. Number 7, you won't stand a chance. Fighting fire with fire. Expect to get burned. And number 8, you reap what you sow. If you can't take any pain, then don't dish it out. And my piece is called A Love Affair with the Oldies. It may be just my imagination running away with me, but when we are up on the roof or under the boardwalk in the midnight hour, you really got a hold on me. Feeling your hips swaying to an unchained melody as I kiss your voluptuous cherry lips, swallow every ounce of your love potion number 9 you squirt into my mouth. For your precious love tastes so good, it makes me twist and shout your name. Oh, Maybelline, oh, Lucille, oh, long tall Sally, oh, sweet Caroline, oh, Diane, oh, Gloria, how sweet it is to be loved by you. And I'll be doggone if this ain't nothing like the real thing, my sugar pie honey bunch. So get ready to bring it on home to me in my brick house on Blueberry Hill. Because baby, I need your loving. I can't get enough of your love, baby. While you play with my ding-a-ling, while riding along in my automobile, cruising at a speed of 25 miles per hour, on our way to pick up a rose in Spanish Harlem, for just the two of us, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching red sails in the sunset. Before leaving on a midnight train to Georgia, my gypsy woman began to lean on me, tightly holding these arms of mine, and tells me, since I fell for you, I have been so much in love. And though I'm so proud of being loved by you, there is a confession I have to make. While you were working in the coal mine, I have been sleeping with Johnny B. Good. My response was, I know, angel baby. I heard it through the grapevine. But you're not the only one with two lovers. See, while I was on stage serenading you with Let's Stay Together and How I Only Have Eyes for You, backstage, me and Mrs. Jones were giving each other sexual healing. That's right. While you were auditioning to play Devil in the Blue Dress, I was starring in The Big Payback. But to be honest with you, I cannot say I feel good after exacting revenge, especially after looking into your pretty little angel eyes as you say sincerely from your heart, I'm sorry. Now that the score has been settled, how about I propose to you, my earth angel? Let's perform a duet of songs like Reunited and It Feels So Good when I have you back in my arms again, begging to please, please, please stand by me for this magic moment in the still of the night and save the last dance for me in the land of 1,000 dances. That's those pieces.
Let's get everyone unmuted and give Abraham Kamani some energy.
Kill that, bro. Kill
That was
that.
nice.
Kill that
That was
shit.
great.
Kill
I
that.
like that was
Kill
dope.
that
Oh my
shit.
God.
Yes.
Oh,
You
I'll do it.
rock.
Yes. Good job, Abraham.
Genius.
Thank you, guys.
Abraham.
Abraham Kamani. Oh, also, Mr. Chris Lopez, I figured out how to be able to mute everyone, so I'll be able to do it, at least that part. But that was Abraham Kamani. Yo, follow this dude. Settling scores. You see, poetic license, I said settling debts. He's like, well, it's more like settling scores. That's crazy. And that last piece went everywhere. That last, I was like, oh, this is the ending. No, wait, another turn. This is the ending. No, wait, another turn. Loved it, man. I was over here singing all these. All right, let's keep going. So while we unmute Mr. Tessa Somok, the withdrawn Marissa Prada and Elemental are on deck. Mr. Tessa Somok, let the people know where they can follow you online, and then let's hear your poetry, brother.
Folks can follow me on Instagram under Gaseous 2019, my latest book, and then I dropped on the chat the remainder of all the other items, all the other channels. This piece is titled Offensive Historical Instance of Injustice, Part 2. Beware of splashy corporate gestures when they leave existing power structures intact. Helen Lewis. Linger in the largesse of the days of the fairness doctrine, long abandoned in 1987, a Reagan-esque betrayal to the grounded facts, and unmitigated mutual destruction of contrasting viewpoints. Today's streams of novel news don't tirelessly trickle through tentacle editorial boards of FCC licensed institutions, where once upon a time they were throttled via the licensure of the state. The management merchants continuously contrived through the courts, and even as late as 1969, the Supreme Court ruled unanimously for the fairness doctrine. Contrary to the contritionists, it was not only constitutional but essential to democracy. The funny little Peter Patter politicians on August 5th, 1987, under FCC Chairman Dennis R. Patrick, abolished the doctrine by a 4-0 vote. All Republican appointees, all Reagan appointees. Chairman Patrick said, "We seek to extend to the electronic press the same First Amendment guarantees that the print media have enjoyed since our country's inception." Ergo, ipso facto, fairness was thrown to the gashes of crippling competition. The dynastic domestication of war readily renders it into a liberalism that seeks to depoliticize and neutralize all potential sources of enmity, conflict by turning the enemy from the viewpoint of economics into a competitor, and from the intellectual perspective into a debating dilettante adversary. The castration of warring factions is dissipated by perpetual competition of perpetual parley. After 1987 repeal of the Fairness Doctrine, it enabled the rise of talk radio, what has become known as hate talk radio, the vitriolic, unfiltered, divisive, and or viciousness of the alt-right that has landed us in the realm of ungrounded lies. Limbaugh, from his early days on the air, trafficked in conspiracy theories, divisiveness, even viciousness. Prior to 1987, people were punted off for using much less controversial verbiage for violations of the fairness doctrine. The neoliberal competition that Republicans got expressed by the station selling the remainder commercial time to local advertisers. Carl Schmitt closes us off. If economics is to lead to social harmony at the maximization of wealth through free economic competition of individuals, from freedom of contract, freedom of trade, free enterprise, the general liberal principle, will the truth be found through an unrestrained clash of opinion, and that competition will produce harmony. Corruption and falsehood are supposedly dissolved by exposing all political life to light of reason, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, and parliamentary immunities. Freedom means freedom of opinion in liberal thought and are intrinsic to a system based on competition of opinions in which the best opinion wins. Clearly, this essentialist belief has failed. Thank you.
Let's unmute everyone and give it up for the bard in the room full of poets, Mr. Tessa Somo.
All right, thank you all. That was a hard piece.
Oh, wait, Chris, you got to unmute everyone. I can mute them at the end, but I can't unmute them.
Go, Tessa Somo.
Maybe the bar, but he's always impressed whenever I hear him. That man, I feel like gets smarter every time that I hear him. I feel like it's smarter every time.
All right.
Mr. Tessa Somo making people smarter every time they hear him. Also, I'll let you know, actually, Mr. Tessa Somo has, at this point, I'm not saying he's getting in yet, at this point, he has the second most appearances thus far of the 30 of the 50 shows I've counted. All right, still got another 20 to go, but so far he's up there. Okay, next coming up is a dude who is currently in the lead. He has so far appeared in 25 of the 30 shows I have counted. Can we unmute the Withdrawn? Marissa Prada, Elemental, and Michael Sindler, you're on deck, but the Withdrawn is next. And the Withdrawn, I've already said, will be performing. He is taking one of those slots on April 5th because he was actually he signed up for the very first Monday night online open mic that I hosted. He's the only one I believe right now, from what I remember, had to have done that. So I was like, yo, he's still around. He
My
signed up
man.
for number one, so he's got to be there. And on top of that, he's in the lead. Like, so it's awesome. The withdrawn, the wild card. Yeah, let people know where they can find you online, and let's hear your work, brother.
Thank you. Y'all can follow me at The Withdrawn on Instagram and thewithdrawn.com. Also Random Advocate, but I also have the list from the very first, I don't know if you can see it, but from the very first open mic. So thank you for that. All right, so I got 3 really short pieces. All right, the first one. I'm done being sorry for the things you do. So I'm settling this debt with a fuck you. Second one is called I'm proud of you, my guy. You waited to respond, recognizing that the heat of the moment would have caused 4th-degree burns. It was right of you to pause, to think about the damage your reply would not do to the other person, but to yourself. It's okay to say things loud and clear, even if that means essentially exterminating what's left of an existence. Holding back for fear of future retaliation isn't a way to live. So thought excreted. I must recognize that the battles must be chosen too. Oh, I'll speak my peace while remaining calm in state. This response will just be a reflection of growth, a reflection of keeping the peace that resides within me, because that's the only thing I can control. And then the final one, I don't know if I'm going to be here next Monday, but since the theme is water and this kind of fits in the theme, I guess. So I'm going to do a preview new shit piece, but it's called I Swear You're Not Ready. For the day I masticate gourmandize, no lie. You got me using kin synonyms when it's really just as simple as I want to devour you up. Fast into the bed, arms in, legs not jammed, but spread out on all 4 corners. You can toast to the thought that tonight your throat is free. I hope you admire the tease and the fact that you can't reach my bulge from the distance. Cause I'm trying to overindulge, mama glisten my face. Let me lick you till I reach my recommended daily water intake. Different personalities in the bedroom, you wonder. Which daddy came, let's work you up till I get on your nerves. Shoot my shot like Nerf. And Big Daddy Kane set off all 8,000 of your nerves. Body contorting like it's throwing gang signs, girl, assert my mouth as your turf. Say you want to suck soul out of body, but baby, this will make you reappreciate birth. And that's all I got right now. Thank you.
Let's unmute everyone, Chris, so they can give it up for the
That was
win.
dope. That was dope.
Yeah,
Withdrawn.
man. Yeah, man. That's how you do that,
Yeah.
Withdrawn. That's how you do that shit. That's how you do it.
Love you. Thank you.
Love you.
The withdrawn, the wild card. He broke the space-time continuum and went into next week and pulled out his poem to share with us this week. Also, that settling, that's one the way he put theory is like, I'm gonna be reserved. I'm gonna be reserved. Poetic license, loved it. The withdrawn.com. He's on all the social medias at the withdrawn. Check him out. I mean, he may not be here next week, but April 5th, he will be with us sharing, celebrating the 1 year anniversary. And in less than 45 minutes, I'm going to share the super special news about that day. Okay, so we are now going to, also next week, yes, the theme is water. Every week we like to do themes. If you would like to sign up for the Monday night online open mic, It opens up, the sign up list opens 24 hours before the show. So Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, you go to nuyorican.org, you click on full events calendar. Then you would choose the Monday. Our next Monday is, what is it, the 22nd. So you would click on March 22nd and you would get an artist RSVP ticket. The only way to sign up is to get an artist RSVP ticket. And that is for free. And that way you will be signed up for the open mic list. The first 25 to sign up are guaranteed a spot. And then we have those on the waiting list. So with that in mind, we have people on the waiting list. Let's unmute Marissa Prada. And while we're doing that, Elemental, Michael Sindler, and Sam Park are on deck. So Marissa Prada.
Hello, Nuyo! Oh my gosh, happy Monday. I'm going to read one of my poems that's in this anthology titled We Don't Break, We Burn. It was published by Mindworld Poetry here in Albuquerque, and it's an incredible anthology, poems of resilience. So I'll read you the one I wrote, and then since it's a Marissa sandwich tonight, I am going to also give you a stanza or two for the poem I'm reading on Thursday. And I'm challenging Elemental for my backgrounds now. So the backgrounds are going to match my poems. This poem is titled Undertaker. I went to the graveyard to dig myself out of that cold, hard New Mexico caliche clay. A day like any other. Canyon winds blow along the old Route 66, rumbling breath beneath tired tires humming America the Beautiful through grooves in the ground. Sweet sounds, smells of juniper and pinon, dry. Hot desert sun rises and sets at the fretting of my hollowed heart. To turn these tires, return to our tired time, climb all those stairs to you, to where I belong. So long ago a time it was, so long spinning wheels, so long language of love that never quite needed me back, held me back, loved me back. Where is the guide to survive now? This rumbling road awaits me. I turn the corner as shovels shift in the truck bed, nearing night. Headlights shine on the next line disappearing behind me along this conveyor belt road sold off so long ago. Darkness is my comfort. It swaddles me, smothers me, entices me. I have arrived. Fallen, sunken sun, the rattling metal truck subsides as the ignition relents quiet. Clear mountain air, time to dig. Time to unearth my corpse. Of course, the intermittent rainstorm happens to fall upon my head, as if the dead cared, as if I should either. In 5 minutes, it will have never even existed. Exited, leaving those dust mark splotches across everything it touches. No fuss to be made. Get digging your grave. Get evicting your death, fucking fallen heart. It is not your time just yet. Not yet. Never yet. Someone is waiting for you, warm and dry. No more hiding. No more crying. No more dying. That is my poem, and I will read you the first stanza in the brand new shit. I will read for you on Thursday. The poem for Thursday is titled To Give to the Light. Crawl into my womb so I can give birth to us, to a new day one for us, where there is no more wasted time without you.
Let's unmute everyone and give it up for Marissa Prada.
Thank you, everyone.
I can't wait to hear the
Go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Marissa.
Marissa Prada. Look for her on Facebook. She does so many different things, and like she's like a publisher, and she's on everyone's open mic. She's a writer herself, and she's got groups on Facebook. So Marissa Prada, make sure you look her up. Check out her stuff. Shout out to Marissa. Appreciate having her on all the time. And then she got a little cutout heart giving love, love it. Shout out to Chris Lopez holding it down, producing it, our wizard behind the scenes. Wait, what time is it? Okay, it's 8:40, still got time. So we are going to unmute Elemental while we're doing that. Michael Sindler, Sam Park, and Jeff Cottrell are on deck, and we are getting through this list. We are getting to the waiting list. All right, is Elemental there? I know I saw him here earlier.
Oh yeah, what's good, Advocate? What's good, man? Good to see you.
Yo, let people know where they can find you online, and let's hear your poem, brother.
Sure, man. You can find me on IG and YouTube at Elemental the Poet, and on Twitter at Elemental. A lot of things coming. Shout out to everybody who read before me, everyone who ripped after me. It's a great night. This is some new too, man. Let's go. Oh yeah. Today is that day. I hope you brought your lunch because it's about to go down. Farther than my self-esteem the first time you said, wait, that's not something you should do. It made sense. So I stayed in my place, cheering quietly in the shadows, making sure no one heard this beast in my bones, ready to break me into quarters so you could hear me jingling in your pocket. Made me into foregone conclusions of how you control my worth. Oh, it's about to be some Wild Wild West high noon type of shenanigans. Call me Quick Draw McGraw. Hands on this pencil, ready to erase you, place you in this section of my mind called afterthoughts, fit you with custom-made asphalt slippers and dump you into the sea of forget. Friends is friends. This is business. There is no number to quantify the days you stole, the moments you covered my mouth in the name of freedom, in the name of respect. We have a score to settle that's far beyond words. It goes farther back than vertebrae. I thought I would never know a day that I didn't wake up next to you. I know. We spent so many nights holding each other tight as tiger grip. All I remember is stripes that made horizontal of my vertical. Slid up to me real slick, like, hey, baby, slow down. You got time. Matter of fact, how about you spend more time with me? See, you got some game, but some things need to change, maybe even rearrange. I know you all too well. Your arithmetic, the basis of what I use to count my success and all my rewards for loving you. You see, I can admit that now. I'm at peace with you coming face to face with your fate today. I know your tactics better than my own. The counter for every counter, backup plan for my backup plan. Choose your weapon, fear, because only one of us is leaving here alive.
Let's get everyone unmuted so that they can give energy to Elemental.
Yes, you are my
Sure.
Yeah.
Damn,
Go, brother.
Yes.
Elemental, when you look him up, use the number 2 in the T instead of the T in Elemental. Look this dude up. I appreciate having Elemental on. His backgrounds, his poems, his energy, the love he gives to everyone else. Elemental, appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Next up, Michael Sindler. While we're unmuting Michael, Sam Park, Jeff Cottrell, and Mr. Speaker are on deck. So, do we got Michael Sindler here?
Yeah, here I am, man. As usual, I'm not going to say where I am, but I am going to give a little call out to lighthousewriters.org here in Denver and everywhere. Great organization that I can't recommend highly enough, and it's in the chat. Well, I hope everybody has had their Caesar salad here on the Ides of March. And I guess we're going to get to it. I'm going to do a couple quick sonnets and then try and get a little longer thing in. First one is Actions Architect. This is for every woman I've wronged, each instance where I showed lack of respect. I'm placing all the blame where it belongs. I alone am my actions architect. I claim complete responsibility for making you feel uncomfortable, exploiting your vulnerability. Such behavior is unacceptable. For not acknowledging your intellect, for cutting you off each time you spoke, each idea I thought I had to correct, a plank in my eye and yours just a mote. I'm not asking for your forgiveness, There's no excuse, not even ignorance. And the second sonnet is called Let the End Be the End. Hair did not grow longer after you died. Shrinking skin underneath revealed the roots. No continuation should be implied. Let the end be the end. All else is moot. Though salt lingers and trails from tears I've cried, even in my sorrow I should speak truth, neither to falsely praise or to deride, else true memory dissolves and dilutes. Yes, we sometimes clash, that can't be denied, all those unresolved, passionate disputes. Yet I hunger for wisdom you supplied, profuse harvests of nurturing sweet fruits. Mistakes were made that I can never mend. It's time now to let the end be the end. And I'm going to finish this up with one called Cultivation. Like a stone atop a gravestone, let these words show I'm with you now, in my thoughts, if not in person, twisting syllables to show you how you echo from inside my voice, spreading outward through time and space. Kindness you shared, lessons you taught, taken to the heart, never erased. All the best inside of me, all the best that I create, blossoms from the patient seed you spent such care to cultivate. Like a water drop that ripples out from the center to the shore, each ring a lifetime's advance, journey from student to mentor, in the slow race towards empathy, passing enlightenment's baton to the next young, fresh runner in the endless marathon. All we endeavor to create, all we endeavor to endure is futile without the impetus of the wave that came before. Oh, doula at the birth of love from the mother of all sanity, in the cradle of compassion rests the essence of humanity. What little wisdom I've gained, everything I know to be true, I found before me, seeing it is manifest inside of you. All the power we possess, all the power we disperse, is but a gift we give and take, lent to us by the universe. And so I give thanks where it is due, anchor, compass, map, and guide, wishing I'd better understood and let you know before you died. Despite the pain and suffering I caused, I could depend on you. You tended the garden of my soul, watered by tears when I said adieu. All the best inside of me, all the best that I create, blossoms from the patient seed you spent such care to cultivate. Okay, thank y'all very much.
We get everyone unmuted to give some love to Michael.
Michael,
Beautiful.
Nice, Michael. Nice. Appreciate those sonnets, man. Appreciate that.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
Michael Sindler. Now I've never met the man in person, but like on the Zoom camera, he looks like he's like this gentle giant. There's something about him. I feel like he's really big, but he's like such like this gentle giant. Love this dude, Michael Sindler, a mainstay here at the Monday night online open mic. And he said he can't tell you his location, but I'll tell you his location. He is in a bunker under the airport in Denver. I know you conspiracy theorists know what I'm talking about. That's where he's at. All right. So we've gotten through the first 10. I'm going to name off everyone who is remaining on the list because I can't use the chat at the moment. I'm on the phone, so I won't be able to paste in the chat. So Sam Park, Jeff Cottrell, Mr. Speaker, Gigi, Unmesh Mohitkar, Andy Markert, the Urban Cowboy Poet, Paul Conqueso, Jada Crosby, Joshua Kernia, Paul Skiff, Jim Relissimo, Catherine Badan, Mary Blenderman, and Lopi LaRoe. Those are the people who are left on our guaranteed list. Ron Mark Thompson, Sarah Goldberg, Deanne Hill, Ed Foreman, Kai Brackens, Diane Ward, and Poetic Desire are on our waiting list. So we still got time before the big thing that I get to say, and we're going to go with Sam Park. So let's unmute Sam Park. Jeff Cottrell, Mr. Speaker, and Gigi, you are on deck.
Hey.
There is Sam. Sam is always killing it with the lights in the background. I love it. I love it. Sam comes ready to party. All right, Sam, let people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your poetry.
All right, y'all. Y'all can find me on Instagram at Zaddy_beats. That's ZADDY_beats on Instagram. There's all my info in the chat. So without further ado, the first poem that I am going to read tonight is Chaste Gold. There is gold in my veins. That is why I am considered a delicacy. It seems not for all fools, but for fools with a fetish. They rush in my direction simply for my complexion, and I endure it to protect the vessel that reflects the inner flecks of delicate guilt that flake and flow beneath my flesh. My culture is both a cause for death and a symbol of prosperity. My spirit is imprinted with the same honor that is branded with assumption. My semblance signifies innocence and certain sexual reciprocity. It does not reveal the guilt in my veins or the tarnished traces of my tradition when I am chaste for my purity, as if I am chaste gold. What a shame it is to hold a deeper treasure when the shallow only desire to admire what holds it. And the second poem that I have today is some new shit. This is called Karmic Debt. Surely I will meet my mistakes again. These leftover lessons will live on later, after I've been sent back to my creator and returned to earth like a traitor, if it is left unresolved while I am still breathing in this life. Ignorance is merely a temporary bliss until unsettled conscience fills the present mental abyss, and I encounter this filled space that I can no longer dismiss as my hands are full, not open to receive evolution that insists. True redemption resides in purest vulnerability. I am grateful for the imperfect parts of me. They will soon develop into perfect originality, sewn into the experiences that configure my personality. In this next recycled life, I'll wipe the slate clean. I'll start by articulating exactly what I need and making right the plight that has been left behind, as settling debts is never easy, but it saves so much time. And when my soul reaches the point of peace, I'll know by the steadying of the pace in my heart. I will not condemn the development from the start to the origin of my faults, since the healing is the best part. Karmic Debt. Thank you.
Chris, let's unmute everyone so we can give it up for Sam.
Hell yeah, Sam, that's how you drop that, Sam. Dope.
Hey, Sam.
Oh,
That's
dope.
a
Hearing you read.
Especially
Always,
that first
always
piece.
super Sam.
Sam Park, always killing it. Sam Park is always killing it. If you have been around, you know that she is diverse. She flips on everything. I love it. I love it. I love it. We are streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and that is where these shows are recorded. So if you want to see Sam Park again, or you want to see some of her in some of our earlier open mics, or if you've been on the open mic and you want to go see yourself, remember Facebook and YouTube, look up New Rican Poets Cafe. We are on there, and we are also about, hold on, we are about 20 minutes away from the big news. So moving forward, let us unmute Jeff Cottrell, Mr. Speaker, Gigi, and Unmesh Mohitkar. You are on deck. Next up is Jeff Cottrell.
I can speak. I can speak. It's a
There
miracle.
you are. Jeff, let the people know where they can find you, and then let's hear your work, brother.
All right, I can be found at jeffcottrell.com, and you can find me on Facebook and Twitter. I got a couple events coming up this week. In the UK, I'm being interviewed in a thing called Nout But Verse. Look it up on Friday morning. And I got something that's kind of on theme tonight, actually. What happened was George Lucas and Peter Gabriel went and did the nasty, and they came up with this. May 25th, 77, when the Star Wars movie come, it was business as usual for galactic bounty scum. Oh, Greedo, 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 Greedo. Oh, Greedo, 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 Greedo. Give him money, or Han is dead, or Han is dead. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. When he hit Mos Eisley to collect old Jabba's pay, Solo fried him with one blast and buggered off to the docking bay. Oh, Greedo, Greedo, Greedos, Greedo. Oh, Greedo, Greedo, Greedos, Greedo. Payback Jabba, or Han is dead, or Han is dead. You can shoot down a smuggler, but you can't shoot down the Force. Not that Greedo had a chance, Solo creamed his ass, of course. Oh, Greedo, Greedo, Greedos, Greedo. You can sing along if you want to. Greedo, Greedo, Greedos, Greedo. Kunachuta, Kunachuta, now Greedo's dead, now Greedo's dead. And the eyes of the world saw Han shoot first. Han shot first. That was Greedo.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for Jeff Cottrell, who always got it right too, because Han did shoot first. Give it up for Jeff Cottrell.
It's always a show with Jeff Cottrell. It's always a show. It's always a show.
Or
I love it. Jeff Cottrell. Make sure you go look him up. Jeff Cottrell, Cottrill. Jeff Cottrell. That was great, man. So relieved he said Han shot first, man. Like, that's, we're not going to get into that. Okay. Mr. Speaker is next. Let's unmute him. Gigi Unmesh Mohitgar and Andy Markert are on deck. Mr. Speaker, is Mr. Speaker here? I believe I did see him. No, I saw him earlier.
I'm here.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, cool, cool. All right, brother. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear that fire.
Yeah, all things Mr. Speaker. IG, Facebook, Twitter, just look for Mr. Speaker. Let's get it so these other poets can get on. Settling a debt. I'm settling a debt with a guy who made poetry a crime. If poetry was a crime, I would be wanted like Adolf Hitler, or chased through Gotham City like the Joker or the Riddler. I would be operating underground like Harriet Tubman, in and out of trouble while on a path straight for prison. I would have a record as long as a roll of 2-ply toilet tissue, because I'm never gonna stop spitting, man, forget you. Look, if poetry was a crime, I would be public enemy number 2 at no time, y'all, right behind that idiot who made poetry against the law. I would be America's most wanted, and Mr. Speaker is not what you would be calling me. See, my new name would be MA 654874423. But even incarcerated, you will not be able to stop these words. That would mean I would just have to memorize my flows to be heard. And speak is what I would do until the day they shot me or stabbed me with a knife, which might kill me, but it could bring all my words to life. Because trying to stop poetry is like trying to prevent water from hitting a beach, or it's like trying to make TD Jakes not preach. Poetry is my Bonnie, and spitting is my Clyde. Poetry is the fuel in the cars that I drive. I am 2 parts hydrogen, while water is 1 part oxygen. Combined, we make water, and that means together we're always flowing. Flowing with the combination of nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Always trying to give you something, baby, you ain't never heard. I am the poet and a writer, and it's thinking and breathing, which is living, you see. Take that away, and you're gonna see another side of me. Because making poetry a crime is actually an act of war. So that very night, man, I'm gonna be kicking in your back door. I'm gonna kidnap your kids, slap around your wife, and I'm gonna even beat your darn cat. And when I catch you, write your will, because 2 to the head and 1 to the chest is what you're gonna get. So don't mess with poetry if you know what's good for you and yours, because if you do, then that means you know we're going to war. Call me Al Capone, Jimmy the Kid, Big Meech, or Bumpy Johnson if you prefer. Because if poetry was a crime, advocate, I would be America's new American gangster. In peace.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, that was dope.
You better come through with that gangster shit. You better come through with that gangster shit.
That was
Yeah.
good.
I love it.
Smart.
You
I
go out to
like
Obama
that.
just right now if they try to do that.
Go after.
I love it. And I love the improv there. He was like, yo, advocate. I was like, what's up? I'm listening. You have me from the jump. Mr. Speaker, make sure you look this dude up, man. He doing some erotic poetry events too now, man. So check this dude out, yo. Like I say, if we ever go to war, this is gonna be our sergeants, this our general who we following, Mr. Speaker. Okay, let me check the time. We are moving by quick. All right, 13 minutes. All right, great. Gigi, let's unmute Gigi. Unmesh Mohitkar, Andy Markert, and the urban cowboy poet. You are on deck right now. We are going to get to Gigi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be on tonight. It was so hard to sign up the past 2 days. I'm so excited.
Yes, I know. I heard. All right, go ahead, Gigi. Let people know where we can find you online, and then let's hear your
So you can find me at iron_resilience. I have been here since I think like the 3rd show is where I started coming in. So yeah, I've been here for a while. All right. So the 2 poems that I have, the one is called The Anniversary of a Bad Omen. And it's when I was coming back from a cross-country road trip because of Corona. And the other one's called Fish on Fridays. Let's get into it. Anniversary of a Bad Omen. I think I met Odin in Pennsylvania. It's been a year since I drove down the road, ravens overhead in a field without cattle. Sign hung saying dead for the season, past 3 funeral homes and 2 graveyards. I don't believe there was a living person in that small Pennsylvania town. As I drove home, final notice was rolling in the air, not knowing death was following me with the headlights off. Followed me every twist and turn. I felt the omens creaking into my bones, the cawing of hungin and munnin, the pandemic still vague. Road trip cut short. I think I met Odin in Pennsylvania. Pulled into a gas station, a brief interaction, I bet this virus will be here a while. A message taken for granted. I don't know the depths of my past lives, nor of my father's whose life was collected, the diagnosis, the death sentence handed to me months, weeks before we knew. I think I met Odin in Pennsylvania. The ravens in an open field to tell me. The cancer was homebound, the chill so dense. On the way home, I called a friend and asked, do you believe in omens? To which they replied, yes. And the second one is called Fish on Fridays. Fish on Fridays. I used to pick arguments with my dad on the hypocrisies of the diocese. My favorite one I picked annually, one I thought I'd surely win, was eating fish on Fridays. It wasn't started via prophecy, just a ploy to help the fishermen. I asked my father why we participate in traditions based on fallacies, and he said, it's just the way it's always been done. Since then, I have changed my religion, Catholic to Protestant, acolyte to deacon. The Catholic Church has debts to settle with me, a queer devotioner who left a house where my love was accepted only conditionally, but asked for my love to be unconditionally. Dear Father, I don't have to eat fish on Fridays anymore. But as the Easter season draws closer, your pew in church empty, your grave filled with Easter lilies, please know because of you, I still eat fish on Fridays. Thank you.
Chris, let's get everyone unmuted so we can give it up for Gigi.
Very nice, Gigi. I love the
Yes,
fish.
Very timely.
Very nice.
The second
Gigi.
one was
There we
really
go.
good. I like that a lot.
Nice, nice.
That's what's up.
That was dope.
Gigi, see what I mean? Poetic license, flipping the topic. That's what I like to do. I like to give I like to give some boundaries in the topics, but for it to be large enough and give enough space for the post to do what they want. Love the way she flipped it. GG Iron_resilience on Instagram. And yes, Gigi's been around since like damn near the beginning. And Gigi, from the 30 of the 50 shows I've counted so far, Gigi's numbers are up there as well, very close to Tessa Somo. So, but again, I still got like 20 more shows. Things can change. I'm hesitant to talk about those things. Okay, what time do we got? What time do we got? I got, okay, I know it's 8 minutes. All right, that means we got time for another poet. We are going to a man who is having breakfast with us right now, and that's Unmesh Mohitkar. Let's unmute Unmesh Mohitkar. Andy Markert, the urban cowboy poet, and Paul Conqueso are on deck right now. Let's get to Unmesh. Unmesh, are you there?
Hello everyone.
My
Hello,
man,
advocate.
let the people know where they can find you online and your book, and then let's hear your work.
Yes, Unmesh Mohitkar on Facebook, Instagram, Mohitkar Unmesh on Twitter, Light Shadow Life on Amazon. Yes, so here we go. What will people say? Haunted me, sword dangling on my head. Every moment, bloodless death. Thoughts controlled by unknown. Actions crippled by anonymous. I revolted, rejecting them. Still they tried to hijack my thoughts. Troubled, tortured, still determined, my friends, to die only once. To die only once. That was the first one. Roads empty, fresh air, mind unburdened, soul unburdened, eyes filled with hope, heart with love, simple dream and goal, to declutter soul, complex mind, complicate life, suffers lifelong to sing this plain song. Whatever happens, come along, let's sing our song before we are long gone, before we are long gone. That was the second one. Third one, this is I smile, laughed a lot, so they banished me, and solitude embraced me. I ignored needless conflict, got branded as a coward. Fearless me embraced my love. They laughed at my work, and I built a legacy. They tried to kill my dreams. Here I am living my dream. Here I am living my dream. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's unmute everyone, Chris, and give it up for Unmesh Mohikar. I love having this dude on all the way.
Yeah, let's
was
go,
good.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure you give him a follow. His book is out, and it's just like every time he performs, it's like the poem is like jumping out of his skin, out of his chakras, right? I love it. I love it. All right, what time we got? What time we got? 9:10. We're gonna sneak in another poet, Andy Markert. Let us unmute Andy Markert, and the urban cowboy poet Paul Conquesto and Jada Crosby are on deck. But Andy Markert is next. Andy, you there?
Andy's not here.
What? He's not here. Okay. So the urban cowboy poet. I know he's here. The urban cowboy poet. I saw him. And the voice you heard, that was the voice of the Nuyorican god, Chris Lopez, our wizard behind the scenes. So the urban. What's his real name? Craig, right? You know, I'm so used to calling them the urban cowboy poet, and I wrote it down. Yeah, Greg Michaels. That's who it is. Greg Michaels. There we go. The urban cowboy poet. Let us know.
Am I now?
Line.
You can hear me now.
Yep, I can hear you. And then let's get into it. Let them know where we can find you online. Then get into it.
Urban Cowboy Poetry, Facebook or YouTube. I don't know if you can you see that? Urban Cowboy Poetry. All right. I'm gonna do new shit, my newest complete poem. And then I'll have time to do a little more stuff. The 80s saw a deadly trend amongst fashion-minded teens who didn't know the dangers of their shrink-to-fit jeans. It started with a billboard, Levi's modeled by a hunk who wore them in the bathtub until his jeans outlined his junk. Teens hoped this skin-tight look would enhance their reputation. They discovered that their shrinking pants cut off their circulation. They planned get-togethers with music, food, and kegs, but couldn't make the party with no blood going through their legs. One hottie bought the tightest pair of jeans that she could find, then soaked them to the limit just to show off her behind. She was proud that she was fit and into dancing and athletics, until she had to have her 501s scraped off by paramedics. They raved about this new sexy style in every other breath. Parents feared this obsession would lead to their kid's death. One couple told their daughter about a boy they knew who died. The girl, like all teens everywhere, assumed her parents lied. They don't want me looking hot, so they made up this fiction. Her cause of death was listed as crushing pant constriction. Still want to wear them in the bath? Go ahead, you might get lucky. A short shower is much safer. Leave the tub to rubber ducky. Thank you. Okay, now I got some time. I wrote some haikus. Everybody else, you'll recognize the theme. These are legendary haikus. A German keeper suffocated under poop from his elephant. A scuba diver was scooped up from the ocean and dropped on a fire. All New Yorkers know to stay out of the sewer because there are big gators. A Russian master thought so hard in his chess game, his head exploded. Walt Disney's still in the happiest place on earth. He lies there frozen. They fed their brother a lethal combination, Pop Rocks and soda. A cigar smoker who collected insurance was charged with arson. Fashion-minded teens discovered the danger of their shrink-to-fit jeans. A widow's guard dog confronted a mad burglar and ate 3 fingers. Mr. Rogers, who was loved by all children, was once a sniper. A Yankee who shot through his testicle Father the Rebel. A motorcycle was just whatever. It was just the beginning of his really bad day. My time's up.
Let's unmute everyone. Give it up for the urban cowboy poet who also blessed us with his haikus. Everyone unmute
Woo!
Let's
I
go.
like
UCB,
that.
let's go, man.
I
Let's
like
go.
that. That was
Good point. The
that
haiku
was
was funny as hell,
Yeah,
man.
right.
That was the
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, some of those haikus sounded like poems that he has shared with us before in the past. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Nonetheless, I love it. The urban cowboy poet, look him up. I think it was Michael Sindler who said "pants demic" over that the first poem, the first legend. I loved it. All right, cool. So let us see what time it is. It is 9:15. All right. I've known about this for a little while because I've been working really hard for a little while. So April 5th, I've told you, is our 1 year anniversary. I've told you like the first 15, like we're gonna have it reserved for slots for people who have signed up the most, and then we're also gonna have another 15 slots, open it up, regular open mic, all that good stuff. But for the first time in history, the Monday night online open mic, which will be streaming online, will be hosted live from the proper physical inside New Eurekan Poets Cafe. On April 5th, I am going to be inside the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Chris Lopez is going to be with me, right? Now, this is awesome. You're going to see me inside. You're going to be able to take a walk around with me because I'm bringing my laptop. It is going to be great, right? And I kept thinking about this like, yo, this is a gift. This community literally gave me this gift because of how much support you have shown the Monday night online open mic. And I was able to lean on the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, and they were like, you know what? It's a good idea. We got to do this. So you, the community, have literally given me the gift of getting me back into my home. Since the pandemic, I haven't been home, and it hurts. And I gotta come online, and I gotta be all happy and everything. And I really do like the online open mic. I love this. Even when the cafe opens up again, I want to keep doing this. But I miss home. April 5th, because of you, I get to go home. And then I further thought about it. For in that night online, your voice is going to be heard inside the literal New Eurekan Poets Cafe because I'm going to be there with my laptop. And Chris Lopez, our producer for tonight, is going to be there too with his laptop. So your voice is going to be echoing in the hollow halls of the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to show you the bar. I'm going to show you stage. I'm going to show you upstairs. I'm going to show you the bathroom. All right, like I'm going to show you everything. I'm so excited about it. So, now I see some people saying, can New Yorkers come to it? No, we can't open the cafe. The cafe is technically not open, and we got to do the social distancing. So it's going to be me, Chris, and there's one dude, Loco, who also works there. You're going to get to be the staff member too, like behind the scenes. So I wish I could bring everyone in, but like this was the best we could do. I'm going to have my laptop fixed by then. I got you. And we are going to walk through the cafe, spend time on the stage, spend time at the bar, like I said, all different places. So I've been working on this. I am not playing. And I've got another treat that I am not going to tell you about. You're just going to have to see the new intro video. That's it. I'm just saying, like, there's going to be like 65 of you who are going to be really happy with the intro video. And if I get my laptop, even more of you are. So with that being said, Chris, we want to unmute Paul Conqueso. Well, that's going on. Jada Crosby, Joshua Kernia, and Paul Skiff, you are on deck. Is Paul Conqueso here?
He is not.
He is not here. Damn it. Damn it, Paul. You're lucky we like Rosie. Okay, so Paul Conqueso, I hope everything is good because this dude is always around every time he gets up, signs up. So Paul, I hope all is good with you. So we want to unmute Jada Crosby. Joshua Kernia, Paul Skiff, and Generalissimo are on deck. But Jada Crosby is up now. Is Jada here?
Yeah,
Oh, I heard something.
I'm here.
Jada, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Make sure you just speak up a little bit so we can hear you. Cool, cool. Jada, this is like your fourth, third, or fourth time with us, right?
Fourth, I think. Yeah.
Okay, fourth. Yes, yes, yes. Uh-oh. Jada caught the bug. Come addicted. That's what's up. Happy to have you here, Jada. Let us know where we can find you online, and then let's hear your poetry.
All right, you can find me on Instagram. I'm not sure if you can see this. I'll put it in the chat as well. But Poetic Winter, a Poetic Winter, all lowercase. And if you want to send a little tip, Jada315. I have 2 poems today. None of them have titles. Okay. First one. I want a villain for a man. I don't want Superman. I don't want the Hulk. I want Joker. I want Loki because they understand pain, so they will know how to cherish my heart, how to care for it. See, superheroes are praised because their perfect lives were ruined by one tiny thing. Superman's parents sent him to a new planet. Batman's parents were shot and killed. But Joker is ill, has a failed career. Father denies him. He is bullied relentlessly. He understands how life picks you apart. You see, if I needed money for a surgery, a villain would rob a bank to save my life, while a superhero would go to the bank, ask for a loan, beg the unforgiving world for help. Villains understand the world didn't help them then. Why would it help them now? They need to take what they need now. That's my first poem. Second poem, love hurts, but that's the best part. We all are freaks, pain-loving freaks, because we fall in love knowing we may get hurt, knowing we may get used, knowing we will have to lie to her and tell her she looks lovely in that dress, her cooking is the best, or lie to him and say, that haircut looks amazing on you. It is great knowing we will lie so we can see that wonderful smile we once fell in love for. That's it. Thank you.
Chris, let's unmute everyone and give it up for Jada Crosby.
Nice, Jada. Nice.
Jada.
Nice.
I like that notebook too. That's dope.
All right, Jada.
Yo, that was dope. It was kind of dark, but it was also like kind of real and grounded. You know, like that's at least that's how I took it, right? Art is subjective. You take it how you want. I took it as if like a very grounded view at love. Awesome. Jada Crosby. Jada is becoming addicted. Fourth time with us. Jada is becoming addicted. Yes. Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, we are doing this on Zoom. The number is 279-995-364, 279-995-364. All of this is being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. It is also being recorded. So if you want to go hear Jada's poem or anyone else's poem that came before or is about to come up, you can go check that out. Look up Nuyorican Poets Cafe on Facebook and YouTube, and you'll be able to see those videos. Next up, Joshua Kernia, who I know is here. So let's unmute Joshua. Paul Skiff, Generalissimo, and Catherine Bedan are on deck. So Joshua Kernia is next.
Hey guys, good to be back here again.
San Francisco. Joshua, let the people know where they can
Francisco.
find you, and then let's hear your poetry, brother.
Yeah, you can find me on IG, Joshua_Kernia. I have a poetry podcast called A Line by Line, so make sure to check them out as well. I have a new shit called Unboxing Conversation Between Me and No One. The night is young, pale moon, grays of cloud, a few twinkles. I wonder, maybe we live in a box. Stars are holes on the surface. I want to get out. Let me float slowly to this light puncture. As I get closer, rip that hole a bit more for me so my body could fit and unbox me, you would. But I can't float. I'm chained by gravity. So I never know what's out there beyond my boxy box habitat. So maybe, do you mind opening the lid? Pick me up instead. Bring me to light. Unbox me that way. No, because it's too easy for me? I guess you're right. Maybe I'm just trying to run away, find the easy way out. So sick of dealing with earthlings. I don't know why I'm here in this box. All I do is collect debts only to pay my own overdue ones. Kind of like the loading rainbow circle of death, you could say. I need a stronger justification, huh? I just want to see light in this never-ending shade. Just utilize me like a fancy toy. Take an unboxing video of me. Upload me to your tube, whatever that is. You'll go viral and you'll thank me for it like I never thank anyone. You'll owe me a big one and you'll pay me back like I never pay anyone back. What? I owe you something? What do I owe you? See, you always say this, and I'm so frustrated. I owe you this, I owe you that, I promise you gold, I take your diamond, I take from you, I give to myself, I receive it, no thanks. Is this why? Is this why you're keeping me in the box? Do I really owe you something? Do I have any debt? I guess just Venmo me when you have a chance. Huh? My username? You gotta unbox me first. End poem.
Oh, let's unmute everyone, Chris, and give it up for Joshua Bird.
That was dope.
That was good. I like that.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Joshua Kearney, a line by line. Look this dude up, yo. Loving it, loving it. Joshua's becoming addicted too. I think this is like his 6th time he's signed up. Maybe I'm giving 2 more, but he's addicted. I already know it. All right. Let us unmute Paul Skiff. Jeremy Simo, Catherine Bedan, and Mary Blenderman are on deck. We are going to the Skiff verse. Before we go to the Skiff verse, Paul Skiff, I have to ask you something. What are you doing on April 5th?
Is that when you're going to be in the cafe?
Yes.
I was going to joke. I said, will you let me come by the front door and throw a handful of confetti inside?
We'll do it. I'm going to see. All right, look, I don't know if I can get you definitely in, but I'm going to see if I can. But the reason I'm definitely asking is because your numbers are totally up there with one of the most people who signed up. And for those who don't know, Paul Skiff is a New York OG. He's been coming to New York way before I did. When I was hosting an open mic at 12:31 in the morning, he was coming over there. So Paul, I would love for you to spit a poem on the Monday night online open mic 1-year anniversary on April 5th. So will you be able to do that?
Yeah, I would get out of anything to come over there and do that. You know that. And in the name of Miguel Algarin and all the founders, and because you're asking, I would do that for sure.
We're gonna see if we could get you in the plate. Even if we can't, still come on, through the computer like we normally do. But I'm gonna see if I could do that because I know you're right around the corner. And like I've told everyone, Paul has more say to this open mic than I do. He is a true blue New York OG. Gotta give respect to those who helped build that which came before you. I am on shoulders upon shoulders, and in those pile of shoulders is Paul Skiff. So without further ado, Paul, let the people know where they can find you online and then share your work, brother.
Yes, this is paulskiff.com. I'm very grateful for that invitation, Advocate. Maybe we could just rig up a microphone on a line and pass it out the front door. Anyway, I'll go through any hoop jumping to do that. This is mostly kind of a spoken word thing, and I'm just going to skip around in it because it's too long. It has more to do with last week's theme back in the day. It's kind of some snapshots from the neighborhood. Yoruba proverb: the people who say they are teaching you to be tall are the same people who are teaching you to be small. Because there is a difference between someone who can show you peace, love, and progress and someone who's telling you they have peace, love, and progress, meaning you can have it too, just come to them. But maybe difference is something we can pretend isn't there. You can't make anything out of difference anyway. Someone is holding themselves down beneath their penis or their vagina in a pornographic soap opera where they finally have some control. In January, your stove died. In June, your refrigerator. The landlady said she would just visited the building owner in Jackson State Prison, Detroit. She wants you to be sure about how they do business in the city of fire and no compromise. If only you could wait until the complaint department inspector comes by. But the one-armed teenager with no place to sleep finds it easier to get into the front hall for its shade. Not having any bills to pay can chase a person to a place like that. Falling is a comfortable thing to do, and no one will see it happen to you. A wave is something you just fall through, like the ability of the landlady to keep running her mouth on you over the phone. Inside you pop with the speed of soundlessness and a light bulb. Your neighbors' smiles have gone out the same way, and the anti-folk singer you keep hearing practice through the breezeway doesn't sound authentic anymore. So you're thinking this over and over. Maybe you should just practice feeling good, decide not to, and then spend the rest of half hour calling people on the phone, but no one is home. And then one person you finally reach tells you they feel like their head is going to explode, so they can't talk now. It's not a Glock because it is black, the Super 9 whose refined, immaculate chambers expand, conceive, contract down with hydraulic barks down the block that is half there and undergoing another small removal of its contents, whether the removal is the monopoly on noise bought by traffic and congas, little Paulie crying from another bully session, spilling hydrant and silent dodging of 2 or 3 different languages, or whether the removal is made up of something formerly a person whose laugh sizzled away on a deformed slug that bounced off a 12th rib jelly to liver and is clamped in the corner of the Corona girl smile, pasted up on the bodega door. You are struggling to live a life not ended by craziness that pounces like an abrupt drop in blood pressure, or hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, abandonment, all the ways this neighborhood can bite back at itself like that. A mangled piece of metal in the corner of the Corona girl smile. Hear the dripping of someone's laugh down preposterous glass, the glass that is just a punk bitch that wishes it was on TV all the time. You can't think of anything anymore that isn't out of a program of abuses and neglectings that wasn't just waiting for your seed. Special types of people like the Pentecostal girls who dress to make your bones ache, or the woman who lived in the cracks too long and is talking to a rusty license plate, move untouched by anything so meaningful and temporary as your ambition to hang on to the small hours of the morning when it will cool off. The Pentecostal girls are beyond that horizon, and the woman who has lived too long in the cracks gets God stuff from things too simple for you to notice. Don't step on that candy wrapper, rare as a blind pigeon. Instead of continuing his plumber's apprenticeship, the super married a young divorced mother whose parents are setting him up with a black Ranger Jeep, and now they are having twin girls. When signs go up in the stairwell about broken plumbing, not one fucking word is spelled right, but it makes more than sense because you can shortfall onto prosperity the way some out-of-town speculator chose to condo-ize the building across the street from yours, which means soon the corner will be well lit, and you may find $100 bill dropped on the curb next to you. Because nobody is asking you to be a slut, and a person can be very happy as one. Or can we say that isn't important either? It's just a simple magic trick, such as pretending you like your unimportance, but you aren't the man sitting in the full sun on 14th Street, shucking his maraca full of change who has no place on his face where I should be. You aren't the woman with 3 children living in a squat on 13th Street who has just fallen in love with another woman. The rumor is Avenue D will be a shopping mall, and East 8th Street a retail strip with a health spa. El Sombrero restaurant will either really get a liquor license or get turned back into a French restaurant where limos pull up to empty out hammerheads. That's right, someone else's image of the future around here next door seems official. The day you were born, the nail for the coffin was made.
What? Chris, unmute
Yeah.
everyone. Give me
What?
Dude.
Where was you there?
Oh,
That was legendary.
Nice.
Dude, that was gritty New York City.
the New Yo OG Paul Skiff. Check him out, paulskiff.com. Love his energy, love his writing. We're in the Skiff verse, and hopefully we can get the Skiff verse into the cafe. I can't make any promises on that, can't, but I am gonna try. Like I said, he's an OG, man. Gotta respect all of those who laid the groundwork before you, who were part of laying the groundwork before you, man. So much respect given to Paul, man. Paul Skiff, paulskiff.com. Go check him out. Now let's unmute Generalissimo, Catherine Badan, Mary Blenderman, and Lopi LaRoe are on deck. I think I saw Generalissimo here. Do we got him?
Yeah, I'm here. First of
There
all,
he is.
I lived in New York City for 3 years in the 90s, and I went to a place called El Sombrero, which is below Houston Street. I think that's where it was. It was this really almost nondescript. Well, it was pretty good sized Mexican restaurant, but it was sort of everyone that went there were all Mexican people. It was just like one of the best places. I remember, if it's the same place that you're talking about, Paul. I hope it is. Anyways, so my first poem tonight is a very special form poem. It's a sanka, which is a Japanese form poem that I've invented, but that has 6 lines. Each line has between 3 and 9 syllables each. And when you print it out, it has to be centered because that's the way I want it. It's called The Art of Agreeing to Not Disagree. I might agree with something I don't fully understand as long as I can understand that what I'm agreeing with isn't disagreeable. And since Wednesday is St. Patrick's Day, I get to do my St. Patrick's Day poem called The Tale of Smilin' Molly. When the taters stopped growing in Ireland, Smilin' Molly had no option nor no plan. So to America, she boarded a ship, and over there in the saloons, she danced the jigs and earned her room from the drunkard's tips. If she smiled at you, you could dance with her, but you best not smile back or trouble might incur. One fine day, Smiling Molly was buying living supplies in the store for general merchandise. She looked at a brush with a handle of ebony, quite a splurge for a personal sundry. The brush fell to the floor from her hands, and when she reached to pick it up, her eyes espied the eyes of a well-dressed gentleman. I believe this is yours, and please do pardon my forwardness, ma'am. And from his gentle kindness, Smiling Molly felt a warmth in her heart upon which she didn't plan. A proper courtship did ensue, a fine church wedding a few months soon, a house of the finest wood built by the finest architect. Smiling Molly's harsh past life one could not detect. Now in her house, she raised 4 smiling girls. After the last did marry, she returned to her Ireland from a very different world. At her husband's side, she cried by her parents' graves, then returned to her America, to a family and life so fine and safe. Smiling Molly was always known to smile. She said her dad once told her, girl, a smile don't hurt nobody, so you never has to have a reason why. And she told her girls, and their children too, about her life in Ireland, her mom, da, her 7 brothers, and how a smile could always keep you from feeling blue. Thank you, everyone. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Let's unmute everyone and give it up for Generalissimo.
Oh, does it again. It does it again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and I did put all my information.
Iro Franco, you find him on Facebook. Look him up, Generalissimo. Love having this dude on. A mainstay here at the Monday night online open mic. He's also a dude who's well plugged into all the open mics. Damn near every night, I think he's having an online open mic. He can't get enough of this stuff. So you give him a follow. When you catching that itch, you follow him around to all the open mics and bless him. Generalissimo. Make sure you give him a follow. So let's unmute Catherine Bedan, Mary Blenderman, and Lopi LaRoe are on deck. Is Catherine even here?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. So I think I saw Mary Blenderman, Lopi LaRoe on deck. Is Mary Blenderman here? I think I saw Mary.
I'm here.
There we go. Awesome, awesome. Mary is my 2020, wait, it's 2021 now, right? Oh my God, I forgot. Yeah, my 2021 Valentine. All right, Mary. She said it in chat, all right? That's it, it's finalized. So Mary, let the people know where they can find you, and let's hear your beautiful poetry. Go ahead.
Thank you. And good job getting the year right. If you want to get in touch, I'm on the web at maryblenderman.com. And I'll get that into the chat at some point. Yeah, well, I have a debt to settle. I was thinking about this today. I remembered that one of my favorite comedians, Tig Notaro, once said, I'll tell you that I get mistaken for a man once a week. It's more than that, but I don't want to seem like I'm exaggerating. So there we are. Yeah, and I've got new shit. And before I share, I'll just invite you to join me in taking a deep breath in and out. Self-portrait as liminal space. I have tucked myself for safekeeping in the space between the word sir and the uncertain turn of my head. The space between my body and the approval my body needs to be a passenger, rather than a sock-footed shadow sinking backwards into the strange gray chamber after admonishing the blank-faced agents to press the pink button this time, imagining myself as the outline on the wall. Hands lifted to protest my innocence, I understand. My womanness is contraband I have strapped close to my chest. I used to think even my name was indecisive, bitter in one language, ocean in another, but now I know the bitterness of holding more than my horizons, how easily people reject what they cannot comprehend. When the woman in the airport bathroom glimpses the hard edge of my hair in the mirror, she looks away and wonders aloud to the paper towels if she is in the men's room. I have a question too. What does it mean to be brave in this body? Surely not to shrink to the size of an assumption, which is what I am doing, my throat too tight to tell her the truth. I do not hate my chest. I do not hate my hips. I just love the curves of my voice the most. When we are launched skyward, no one rebukes the clouds for their natural vastness, the way they linger between earth and universe, the way they look both soft and furious, their constant refusal to take only one shape.
Let's Chris, unmute everyone. Give some love to Mary.
That was nice.
Oh,
amazing.
Let's go.
Totally
So much for sharing that. Oh, so here for all of us.
Man, that was
Totally brilliant.
That was my favorite line of that.
Mary Blenderman, a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic, representing Pittsburgh. Oh, how lucky am I? My 2021 Valentine, Mary Blenderman. I love Mary's writing and her approach and her cadence and her confidence. All of it, like all of it combined. Mary's a beast. Mary's a beast. Love having Mary around here. All right. So the last person I have on our guaranteed list before we get to the waiting list, and we will get to it, is Lopi LaRoe, the multi-talented artist who is new to our community. I believe this is the third time Lopi has signed up. Lopi LaRoe. Could we get Lopi unmuted?
I'm right here.
Yeah, Lopi, it's good to see you again. Awesome.
Buddy,
All right.
hey, nice to see you too.
Let the people know where they can find you online. And then
All
get
right,
into it.
here's my situation online. This is Instagram. That's my website. I'm a street artist and printmaker, portrait artist, and other. I'm a two-legger. Okay. Wow, Mary, that was just so amazing. I just have to say, I'm honored to go after you. That was fucking beautiful. I can really relate too. Anyway, I have, as usual, a unedited stream of consciousness straight from my brain out into the typewriter. So here we go. What if we only spoke in color, leaving the black and white words to the worlds of politicians whose dichotomy isn't part of me and whose bluster belongs to the filibuster in the monarchy of minority rules? We are merely stardust, but they would have us not matter, like Black lives on their knees. We cannot please or vent their convent minds. What are words but our thoughts made tangible, an abstract bramble untangled to convey the straight lines between litigious wiggles? Who are you? Who are you? The owls of oblivion are dead on the roadside. Becoming roadkill wasn't what they envisioned for their future flights. I found a great horned owl on the highway on the 4th of July way. Its nobility stolen by steel and rubber. We made an altar for him and buried in soil to reclaim their domain in the garden of life. What if we only spoke in love and left the hate to those who refuse to procreate artful realities for the future of humanity? We are unsticking the landing of the last free humans who left for Mars because the cars spent the air like it was a game of Monopoly for monsters. The monsters are us, the toys are not. Are we freedom fighters or freedom flighters? Do we live in the world or is the world residing in us? Questioning slavery like it was never really abolished, only transformed to seem like a penitence for a crime. We've been framed and our families rearranged, only money walks away unscathed. Apple pie in the sty of the pigs in power who would rather not pay you for your hour, a wage livable or a liftable out of the poverty they require us to remain ensconced and swamped in, and the power went out. There were no windmills to blame, only the greed remained. Water is life, but they arrested the messenger. Terrorists are not trying to save the future generations from an unlivable planet. Protectors are not protesters, but guardians of the land. Another frame forced upon without free and informed prior consent. The papal bull is some bullshit excuse shouting from the past so loudly that we can still hear echoes in our ears today. What if we only spoke in kindness and left the belching trumpets to yesterday? Flight patterns are flagrant and enemies, and the enemies are friendly strangers who take to your bed only to steal all the sheets and leave you shivering. The callous phallus of the patriarchy is fucking us. Leave it off, cleave it off, achieve it, believe it, we can. Yes, we can.
There, I couldn't hit my mute button. Chris, unmute everyone, please.
That was dope.
Let's go, Lopi.
Always
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
yes. That was
go.
my favorite line.
A weave of words,
That's
just
some real
wonderful.
shit.
Yes,
Thank
nice
you,
job.
guys.
Nice job.
Lopi LaRoe, stream of consciousness. I like it. I feel like Lopi's one of those type of artists. We're just getting to know Lopi right now. I feel like Lopi's one of those type of artists that's like very free. very free. It's something about that energy right there, and that's why like I keep hearing like keep saying, is this just a stream of thought? This just a stream of thought. I love it, love it. Lopi, LaRoe, give her a look, a shout out to her. Appreciate having you around. Now we're getting to our waiting list. I definitely have time for Ron Mark Thompson, who's next, so let's unmute him. Then Sarah Goldberg, who I believe is Sarah Erin on here. Yep, I got the thumbs up. Then Deanne Hill and Ed Foreman. So Ron Mark Thompson, who is here, let us unmute him. R.M. Thompson, right?
I'm here. Thank you, advocate. And
yeah, brother, it's good to see you, man. I missed all y'all faces. I missed your face too. Ron, let the people know where they can find you. Then let's hear your poetry.
or they can find me here Mondays and Thursdays. Outside of those hours, they can find me at Ron Mark Thompson on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Mark with a C, Thompson without a P, and I'll put that in the chat. I wrote 2 short poems to the theme, Settling Debt. One is political. There's a lot of debt to settle, but I'm going to skip that. I'm going to hold that rage for another time. I'm going to instead read you the other one, which is a little bit more personal. Okay, here we go. Here I go. With my younger self, I would like to have a talk. Remind me, what did I say 20 years ago on that rock? Ah, yes, I said I'm not strong enough to do what makes me happy. Life is just too fast and too snappy. I'm too dumb to write or publish anything. Oh, those words, how they still today sting. I will not know how to pen poems or stories or some prose. God doesn't want you to write. That's just how it goes. Oh, and how about I will never perform to an audience on a stage or in Zoom? What a bad thought. Why don't you get your own room? But look at yourself, how mistaken you were. All that gloom, did you really prefer? Dirty words, wash your mouth, take everything back. Never ever repeat any of that. Get rid of the virtual crack. Never let me hear you repeat those pessimistic thoughts again. I beg you, beat your own mind, tackle your own brain. Settle my debt now. You have proven myself wrong. How far have you come? Look at your goals. Look how long. Do what you do now and continue to rhyme. Otherwise, you will owe me big, big time. The end.
Let's get everyone unmuted, Chris, and give it up for Ron Mark.
Nice, Ron. Nice, Ron. Nice, nice, man. Nice.
That was dope, Ron. That was dope.
Ron Mark Thompson, make sure that you go give him a follow. This dude is connected to a lot of like, well, not only open mics, but writing workshops. He's hosting stuff himself. He's going to others and promoting them. Make sure you give him a follow. That's how I met him. I met him at a workshop with Charlie Vasquez. Love having Ron around, man. And what you get on Zoom, that's who he really is. Just not putting on this front and Zoom. Like, I've met him in person. What you get on Zoom is what you get in person. Dude's filled with a lot of love. Ron Mark Thompson, man. Love having this dude around. All right. Now we've got, oh yes, next week, the theme is water. Just to let you know, a reminder, theme is water. Again, shout out to Chris Lopez for producing tonight. We are now going to unmute Sarah Erin, Deanne Hill, and Ed Foreman. You are on deck. But now we're going with Sarah Erin.
Hi, everybody.
There she goes. Sarah, this is like, I want to say like your 3rd time with us, right?
Yeah, 3rd, 4th now, something in there.
Okay. But it hasn't been consistent. Have we not been good enough for you to be addicted to? Have you not heard the greatness tonight? Like what's wrong?
I had to start sitting at my phone with an alarm set for like the 59 of the hour before tickets go live because I kept not getting in. It was so frustrating, but I got it. I'm starting to get a hang of it. I have an alarm set on my phone for both days of the week now. I'm good.
There you go. All right, let me not hold you up any longer. Just let the people know where they can find you and then get into it.
All right. So my poet Instagram is at Sarah Aaron _ the poet, and my author website is www.sarahaaronauthor.com. That's where most of my shit's gonna be. And I'm trying to very quickly kind of flip a coin and decide if I should read something spicy or if I should read something angry. So do you have an opinion? Because I don't know. Spicy, angry. Spicy. Okay, I see spicy. So we're gonna go with spicy. All right. Okay, let's see. Open this file real quick. Okay, I have not actually read this out loud before, so we're gonna see how this goes. All right. This is called Warning Label. My naked body is the lingerie your husband wishes he could buy for you. My figure is the zinger, the twinge, or the burn which gulps its way down the back of your throat after a shot of Don Julio tequila. These hips make men lick their lips and make women abandon ships as they swim in the salty ocean of their marriage, desperate for a life raft, in sight of a coast as they approach the enticingly smooth skin of my bikini line. My spine, a cautionary sign, drawn in the sand of morality's kiss, stuck between the toes of fidelity as you dig your nails into the back of acquiring a mistress. Not this bitch. My sex is the next luxury designer. It has women wearing a Rolex on their wrist to remind themselves of the time as they continue to grind. The hours just seem to fly by. My cherry reminds women of their Burberry. Clutch. They grip the sheets so tightly it's like they believe they still need to hold their purse while we fuck each night for safety. My kitty gleams and glistens like Tiffany. The bracelet charm, chain, and necklace set every woman breaks her back to get. Silver shines in the reflection of my lover's eyes as she listens to the music she creates in the studio booth of my bed. Columbia signed. I help these women head in one direction. I'm the lesbian daddy. Pull him to the team with my watermelon sugar like Harry. I carry that sticky underneath my Yves Saint Laurent lace-covered body suit, button-up jacket. I am the feminine styles. Find out which two fingers make your rabbit. Come to my fashion week, New York, London, Milan, Paris. Be my special guest. Unless your type of money is the kind that no matter how bougie, you still can't seem to manage the precise amount it takes to afford me.
Chris, unmute everyone and give some spicy love to Sarah Aaron.
Wow.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
fine.
Oh, wow.
Very spicy. This is some spicy meatball.
She warned us. She warned us. She's like spicy, and then of course, like like all you demented hooligans in the chat were like, we want spicy, we want spicy. Oh, and she gave it from the get off that first. What the hell? Sarah Aaron, give her a follow. Look her up. If you want to rewatch the poem, go to Facebook and YouTube. That is where it is recorded. Look up New Rican Poets Cafe. You could rewatch Sarah's poem where she told us it was spicy, and we asked for it. And you can watch everyone else's poem. So next coming up, also I saw that I skipped Thomas Connor by accident. We got time, so let's unmute Thomas Connor. Deanne Hill and Ed Foreman is on deck. So let's give it up to Thomas Connor now. You there, Thomas? There we go. Can we unmute him, Chris?
Yo, I was like, you skipped me.
There we go. There. I see. Yo, I'm on the phone and the message popped up, and that was all in Sarah's poem. So I quickly jotted down Thomas Connor. You skipped to make sure you don't do it.
Foul, son.
So
That's man foul, son. Let me stop.
All right. You know what it is, man? I knew Sarah was gonna drop that spicy and warm it up for you, so I know that you're gonna take.
Yeah, all right. I like you fixed it. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Right, let the people know where they can find you, and then let's hear your spicy, brother.
TAC7371 at Instagram and Thomas Connor on Facebook. So I didn't stick to the theme because I didn't get to hear the theme. So my bad, but next week I'll do it. So this one I'm just going to spit right now. The indigent, guilty till proven innocent, a distortion of the Bill of Rights, unless your politics and shade is right. Yet in reality, this ain't about black and white. It's more about rich and poor. They laugh when they see us go to war. That's the art of war. They got us by the throats because, you know, they all know our flaws. I keep it raw. I got more in common with my Caucasian neighbor next door. That's that Illuminati shit, keeping us all split. Y'all better stay woke and shit. See, the modern plantations got slaves from every nation. It's more about separation. So the powers that be control our vibrations. Our vision locked to TV stations. Oh shit, there goes another one getting caught with weed and a gun, overlooking what happened at the Capitol. This nation is all about capital. So you know that they stay trying to cap us, control us, then later they'll troll us, hold you to question you, show you a video, tell you it's you. They fool you to get you to admit to some shit you didn't do, but that shit ain't new. Just ask the Central Park 5. Peace.
Ooh, Chris, let's unmute everyone and give some energy for Thomas Connor dropping that bomb right there.
DBR is coming through with that.
Yeah. Drop that Central Park bomb on them. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Thomas Connor almost skipped him, man. We almost missed that quickly. He hit me up in the chat. I'm glad that we got to see that. Thomas Connor. Okay, is Deanne Hill here? I haven't seen Deanne Hill. Talk to me, Chris. Is Deanne here? Ma Dukes, no. Elemental is saying no. I don't think
Nope.
so. DG Clearance saying no. Okay. So Ed Foreman is next. Kai Bracken's on deck. I saw Ed here earlier, but I haven't seen him in a while. Is Ed here? Ed Foreman, or did he change his name to Poetastic?
Ed
Oh, yeah,
Poetastic for you.
There you go. There you go. It's just the video's off. All right, cool. Ed, let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your work, brother.
Sure, no problem. You can find me at Ed Foreman on Facebook and Ed Foreman 92 at IG. And I'm sorry, Advocate. I forgot the theme, but next time. Well, I have hope everyone likes Spider-Man. This is called Webhead. Yeah. my spars isn't tingling. Danger must be near. Looks like it's time to poach culprits, thieves, and villains in tears. It's just my ordinary life being Spider-Man. I do what any friendly guy with spider powers can. Swinging through vast building in these annoying spandex tights, trying to juggle the concept of what's wrong and right. This suit, a sticky emblem to wear. The heavy burns I must bear, but never ever share. They say crime never sleeps, but God, give me a break for once. Just immediate time for sleep or for a quick brunch. My mind thinly grasping the funny innocence. My old easy life of being normal, I suddenly reminisce. Mary Jane, she was always the web beneath my wings. Her presence always makes my heart swing and sing. Aunt May, she's the sweetest thing next to my heart. I make sure nothing tears apart. Uncle Ben, I'm so sorry. I hope you're proud of me. I promise to be the most spectacular superhero, you'll see. Venom's always the oil in my clear pond. Push my horror actions in the great beyond. Carnage, Venom on overdrive. Every time I fight him, I'm surprised I'm still breathing and alive. Rhino, he's such a dim wrecking ball. Like they always say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Dr. Octopus is a genius, but a heart made from vibranium steel. He's always keeping me on edge and on top of my heels. Green Goblin, my best friend's maniac bipolar father. After I beat him, I need to prescribe him a prescribe him a great therapist or a doctor. Vulture, he's such a crazy bird brain. He's the bottom of common sense down the drain. Scorpion, he's a new definition of acid rain. I know his dry cleaning is a huge pain. Black Cat, she's my troublemaking minx. She's sexy. Sneaky stealing little jinx. Sandman, the crook who's fused with the sand. It really feels like me against the barren lands. Electro, he's always jointing my sides. He always leaves my cell phone and web shooters fried. Stanley, he was a marvelous Excelsior guy. Now he's not with us, but became a star in the sky. It's your average day being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, the savior of citizens and the punisher of madmen. Thank you.
Chris, let's unmute everyone and give it up for Ed Foreman and give it up for Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Very good, Ed. All the superheroes. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Yes. Nice,
That was
nice.
a fantastic piece.
Hell yeah, Eddie. Hell yeah.
you,
Drop
man.
that Marvel shit.
Yes.
Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, Spider-Man. And you know what? I'm not a big fan of many offshoots of like the main like characters, right? Like I don't like when they try to put someone in their shadow, but I love me Miles Morales, man. I love that. Like it's like, you know, we got one Spider-Man, leave it. And I heard they were making another, but the story of Miles Morales, so well written, and the lore is great. Oh, and I'm a big Peter Parker fan. I'm a huge Peter Parker fan, but like, yo, it is great. No, let's give it a Ed Foreman. Look this dude up. He's always giving people a lot of energy. All right. Kai Brackens is next, and Diane Ward and Poetic Desire are on deck. I have not seen Kai. Is Kai here? Is Kai Brackens here? I don't see
Nope.
Kai. No. Okay. So
He's
I
not
know
here.
Diane Ward's here, and I think Poetic Desire was here. Those were the last two. I see Diane Ward. That's Diane W. So can we unmute Diane? Do you see?
Hi.
Okay? There we go, Diane Ward. Yes, good to see Diane. All right, Diane, let the people know where they can find you every Monday. And then let's hear your poetry.
You can find me Bronx Art Fun Hub and here. So I'm going to get right into it because I know about time. Okay. It's called Settling Debts. Sounds like coming to terms with issues undone, unsaid. Unsettling sounds like obtaining a clean slate, as if it's your responsibility and you are the cause of the debt. Sounds one-sided to me. What about that? What about when you don't know if you owe a debt? What if someone else thinks you do and you never fulfill it to their satisfaction? No, never. Vicious cycle, isn't it? Someone gets left feeling empty, feeling unresolved. Someone gets some satisfaction, whether deserved or not. The other doesn't. So, isn't there any such consummation as settling debts? Especially if there are debts you don't even know? Now for the debts you imagine you know. You could be right, you could be wrong, and you'll get no clarity from some. In fact, some folks, when realizing your insecurity, will reap more on top just for fun and fancy. That may not be true, but just to hope to see you squirm. Then they have a debt they owe you for making up stuff on you, pretend fake debt. And you may never know until it's too late because you compensated for their lie. Does debt disappear? Can you settle the unknown, I query? Is it a debt to never tell of a debt and leave folks thinking they owe no one anything? People can impose debts on others because of their own shortcoming longings. I thought I owed you an opportunity to safeguard yourself against phony debt. Do not become overwhelmed, just be careful. Safeguard yourself and settle if you can your own way that keeps you sane and whole. I, for one, hold nothing against you, but you knew that already. We're good. Thank you.
Diane Ward, I love you some Diane Ward, Chris.
Yes,
Beautiful,
yes.
Diane.
Yes,
Beautiful,
Diane.
Diane.
Always good,
Oh,
Diane.
I enjoyed it.
Oh,
Thank you.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I love me some Diane Ward. Yes, she does a lot of work with Ron, Mark Thompson. Y'all need to check them out. The Bronx Fun Hub Art House. I think I said that right. Make sure that you put it into the chat so that the people can check it out. Oh, don't you just love Diane's energy? I love her writing. I love her energy, her cadence. I love it all. I'm so happy. I am glad to be back, man. This is the 50th episode. We have done this 50 times. I've actually done this 48 times. Twice La Bruja has done that. Isn't that awesome? Like I get to have La Bruja as like my backup. That's like me being LeBron James, being like, yo, coach, let me get a seat. Go have Michael Jordan cover me for a while. Yeah, like what? La Bruja is hosting on Thursday, if that's the next open mic Thursday at 9 p.m. To sign up, set an alarm like Sarah's doing. But for Thursdays, you got to do it at 8:59 p.m. Set the alarm because at 9 p.m. is when the open mic list opens for Thursday, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Last but definitely not least, Poetic Desire. Is Poetic Desire still here? I saw her earlier. Is she here? I know she also goes and name Easter Dodge on Zoom sometimes. Is she here? Are you there? Yeah, she should be there. Do you see her, Chris, to see if
Yeah, I'm asking to unmute right now.
Oh, don't tell me she's away. Don't tell me she's away. We're calling her and she left her computer on. Okay, if she's not here. Man. All right, we're just gonna have to move on. That voice you heard once again, that is Chris Lopez, who will be manning the ship with me on April 5th at the New Rican Poets Cafe. We're going to be partying out for the 1-year anniversary. Next week, the theme is water. As always, we ask that you write to the theme, but you don't have to. It's all good. If you feel in a certain way that day, you want to spit something else, go ahead and do it. Sign up 24 hours before the show. So Sunday at 8 p.m. Make sure you go to nuyorican.org, click on full events calendar, then go to the date, which is March 22nd. Get an artist RSVP ticket. That's how you sign up. Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are doing it 279-995-364. With that being said, I'm happy to be back. I cannot wait to get my laptop back. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imaginative as tonight's poems. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting the spirit of Miguel Agrin into your home. This has been the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the New Rican Poets Cafe. I have been your host for the evening, Advocate of Words. You can find me on all the social medias at Advocate of Words. When you spell words, that's with a Z, you know, poetic license. Shout out to Chris Lopez for holding it down and producing. He gave up another hot date to be here, man. I appreciate you, Chris. With that being said, we're done. Go write your poems, people. Have a good night. Peace.